Hey guys, it is Forge here and welcome back to a new video, and we are on the All the Mods 9 mod pack today, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this guy over here. It is an automatic food machine that makes toast with jam. So it's an infinite food source, it's self-powering, and I built this recently on my modded Let's Play on All the Mods 9, and I thought it might be cool to show you guys how I built it, so that's what I'm going to do today. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and go check out my Let's Play if you want to see more modded stuff. And before we can actually build this farm, there are a few things that you guys are going to need. And the first thing you're going to need is a good source of bone meal. And the way you'd probably want to do this is buy a mob farm like I did in my Let's Play world. And I'll probably show you guys how to build a simple mob farm some other time. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know down in the comments. But other than that, you're going to need a few obvious things like sugarcane, wheat seeds, and strawberry seeds. This could be any type of seed. You just need anything that can make jam, basically. I'm just going to go with strawberries. And these seeds, like strawberry seeds, can be found by punching grass just like any other seed. Obviously some dirt, and then you're going to need 3 of these hopper botany pots, and these are quite easy to make, just some terracotta, flower pots, and hoppers. And to do all of the auto bone mealing to farm up these hopper botany pots, we're going to use these modular routers here, and these are real simple to make, just some iron bars, and these blank modules, which again, real easy to make. On top of that, we're also going to need 3 of these activator modules from modular routers. These are also real simple to make, just one of these blank modules in the middle. Then we're going to have 2 of these 1x2 spruce straws, which again, real simple to make from the functional storage mod, and 2 of these iron downgrades from the functional storage mod, again, which is just any type of drawer and 8 iron around it. A few other things you're going to need is a tier 1 crafter from RF Tools utility, again, real simple to make, a bunch of vanilla stuff, and a machine frame from RF Tools. You're also going to need a tier 2 one as well, which is just upgrading a tier 1 crafter. Then we're going to need a fluid encapsulator, which is from thermal expansion. This is made with a bunch of stuff from thermal expansion, so this is just gold and redstone, copper and iron, and just tin, glass, iron, etc. Then you're going to need some sort of item energy and fluid transport, so I'm going to be using mechanism ones. These are real simple to make. Obviously you can use JEI to look through how to make them. It does require delving a bit into mechanism, so you could use some simpler pipes here. And then we're also going to need 2 redstone furnaces, again, real simple to make from thermal expansion. Also, we're going to need a Gorman dynamo from thermal expansion, which again is real easy to make, and then one of these auxiliary reaction chambers from thermal expansion. This is a bit more complicated. Again, I'd recommend looking through JEI. You're going to need to get signalum plates, etc. You're also going to need some item trash cans, 2 of them to be exact, and these are real simple to make, and they're real useful. And you're also going to need a spruce straw 1x1, again, real simple to make, and a copper upgrade, or any type of upgrade really. This can be as big as you want. Also, we're going to need a sink from cooking for blockheads, and this is basically just a infinite water source in 1 block. And finally, you're going to need a few tools, and the first thing you're going to need is a configurator from mechanism, and this is just to configure the pipes and stuff from mechanism. If you're not using mechanism, you might need some other type of tool to configure the pipes. Also, we're going to be using this configuration tool from functional storage, and this will let you lock and unlock drawers. And you're also just going to need any type of hoe to hoe the dirt that goes in the hopper botany pot. I'm also going to be using this creative crate to simulate the bone meal coming in. And as I mentioned in the intro, we are going to be making this toast with jam, which takes a couple steps, but is pretty simple to make. You just need to make toast and some sort of jam. Jam's made like so, and then toast is just made by cooking bread. And we're going to be using this step. So we're going to be making wheat dough from 3 wheat and a water bucket, and this will let us get a 1:1 ratio of wheat to bread. You're also going to need probably a couple of these items as we're setting up, probably not a stack of each of them. You're definitely going to need 5 water buckets and 16 buckets though. These, a lot of them are just to help set up filters and stuff, so you're not going to need loads of these items. So first things first, we're just going to set up the little micro quick farm for the wheat, and the way we're going to do this is with one of these item transport cables. We're going to use a creative crate to simulate the bone meal, as I said, and then we're going to have a modular router, make sure it's facing this way. Then you're going to need this activator module, and you're going to need to come in here, click on this front bit, and then I think you just need to set whitelist there and put a piece of bone meal in there, and we can go ahead and plonk this guy in here. Then we just place the hopper botany pot right in front, and then a spruce straw right below. We'll put in the dirt and the wheat seeds, and then we'll hoe this dirt because it makes it grow slightly quicker. And now we're just going to need to configure this at the back and disable this connection here and enable that connection to be pull out. So I'm using this creative crate. I just right click the bone meal there and it'll start pulling into this guy. And I did put the activator module into the buffer. It's meant to go into this modules section, sorry. So as you can see, this guy has now started working and it's creating lots and lots of wheat. And we're probably just going to want to add in a seed to filter here and then lock this with the configuration tool just by right clicking. And then we're going to want to add in this iron downgrade to just allow this drawer to only hold a stack of each item. This just stops the farm from working a bit sooner and stops you from wasting so much bone meal from producing too much wheat. So next we're going to move on to the bit that crafts the bread, and this is done in this crafter tier 1 here. And we're just going to want to come in here, click on this first recipe, put in this water bucket and this 3 wheat, so set the recipe in here and then apply. And then we're going to want to add things to this buffer here, so buckets, these water buckets, and then we'll just put some wheat in here, and then we'll just use some sticks along here just to block out the filter. And we're just going to go remember the current setup. This will remember pretty much everything in here, and we can remove these sticks and it will now block this whole bottom row off. You're also probably going to want to set this to fast, and now this is about ready to go. Next you want to place a item transport out of here and just start pulling out of there, and this will only allow the wheat to go into here. Then you're going to want to put an item trash can down here and then stick this immediately on whitelist and put seeds in there, and this will start trashing the seeds. Now you want to come out the back of this guy here and just place this fluid encapsulator, and then we're going to have the sink here with a basic mechanical pipe there pulling straight out, and then we're going to want to configure this guy to input there and input there. This will take the bucket in, and then we're going to output out the bottom here, put a pipe down there, and then we're going to run around here real quick and disconnect this bit here and set this to pull only so things don't go into it. And then so what this is basically doing is it's pulling the empty bucket out, filling it back up, and then looping it back in. So now from here you're going to want to take some redstone furnaces and place them like so, and then we're going to set up the configurations and we're going to go auto input enabled on both of them. This bottom one here we're going to go input from the top, output on the side, and then this one here we're going to go input from here and output there. This will take the dough, smelt it into bread, take the bread and smelt it into toast. And then we're going to put it into this crafter tier 2, and we'll set this up in a second. But first we need to set up the rest of the farm, so we're going to place this logical transporter right here. Then I'm going to need this 2x1 drawer there with a botany pot on top of that, and then a botany pot on top of here. Then we're going to put dirt in this one and sugarcane in that, and then dirt and strawberry seeds in that one. Then we're obviously going to need our hoe to hoe these, and then we're going to set up the auto bone mealer once again. So we're going to need this activator modules with the bone meal in them and these modular routers. Place this in the module slot, not the buffer. So now you're going to want to bring the bone meal in obviously, and we're going to use these logistical transporters again to pull out of this bone meal source into here and into there. And we're just going to want to disable here and disable here, and then pull out of there, and these will start filling these. Then you're going to want to set up the filter on these drawers, so lock that and get the downgrade into it just so it doesn't produce too much. We're not going to bother having a drawer on this because it doesn't produce two things that we don't need. Then we're going to set this to pull out of here, set that to pull out of there, and these will start going into here. Obviously we don't want the strawberry seeds in, so I probably should have set the filter up first. Okay, I've stopped that for a second. We're going to set up the filter in here, so we're going to have some toast, we're going to have some jam. These are all the things that are going to be needed for the crafting. We're going to have some sugar cane, we'll have some sugar, and then we'll have some strawberries, and then we're going to need this cooking pot, which is really easy to make, just 5 iron. Plonk that in there, and then we're just going to use the sticks again to interfere with that bit and go remember, pull that out, and then we're going to need to set up all these recipes. So the first one we're going to need is we're going to need to make sugar cane into sugar, and we're going to want this to go into the internal, so we're going to set this to say int here, and then we're going to go apply, obviously turn this on to fast mode again. Then we're going to set up another one, which is a cooking pot, any type of berry, which we're using strawberries in this case, and sugar. Oh yeah, and we want this to go into the int as well, so make sure you turn that on, and we'll just press apply to override that. And then we're going to just make the toast with jam like so, and then we'll press apply. And now I've turned this connection back on, and as you can see, it's all working. So now we just need to output the toast with jam, and we're going to come out of this guy, obviously disconnect it from there. Then we're going to pull out of this guy, and we're also going to pull out of this guy, and we're going to want to put a a trash can right here with a strawberry seed in it that's whitelisted. And at the end, we just want this drawer here with the toast with jam in the filter ready to go. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll lock this guy. And we're also going to want to add glass bottles to this filter here, I forgot. And the final thing we have to do to get all of this working is power it all. So we're going to use this single Gorman dynamo here. We're going to put an augment in here. We don't need all of those, we just need a single one right there. We're going to pull out of here, obviously disconnecting that. Pull that out of there. Then we need to connect up with these basic universal cables all of these machines, so like so. And now I've just kick-started the system a bit, and we've got toast with jam being made. It takes a little bit to back up into this Gorman dynamo, but once you have, it will start appearing in this drawer here. And yeah, you can just set and forget this thing and you have unlimited food. Oh, one little thing, you do need to enable auto input on the fluid encapsulator as well, otherwise it doesn't work. And as you can see now, this is completely backed up, and this thing will now just start producing, and you can take from it whenever you want. You can also add upgrades to it to increase the amount this drawer can hold. Now, there are definitely more effective and efficient ways of doing this with more advanced modded stuff, but this is meant to be a starter early game farm, and I tried to keep it that as much as possible. And on that note, I think that's about everything I wanted to show you guys today. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, be sure to check out my modded series for more modded stuff. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.